What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. FPL Harry here, and today we're having a look at a Game Week 8 wildcard that I'm considering using for my own team. Just before we get into this video is sponsored by FPLtips.com. They send a free FPL newsletter that gives you a quick, funny summary of everything you need to know before every single game week deadline. You could be totally out of the loop, but reading one of those emails gets you up to speed on all the important stuff you need to know. Stuff like stats, transfer trends, injury news, and tips from fancy experts. Signing up is really easy as well and completely free. All you need is an email address. I've been subscribed for a while now and it's been a game changer and helped me so much so far this season. If you want a level playing field with me and over 10,000 other managers who also get these emails, just use the link at the top of the description. Let's get into the video. What is up everyone, welcome back to another video. FPL Harry here, and today we're having a look at a Game Week 8 wildcard draft. So we have heard that 3 games going into Game Week 8 are going to be cancelled. It's actually less than I think people thought, but not necessarily the games that were expected earlier on in the game week. So Chelsea versus Liverpool has been postponed, and also Manchester United versus Leeds on top of the Brighton versus Crystal Palace match. Now in my team personally, I had Trent, I had Salah, I then also had Harrison of Leeds, and then finally I had 2 Brighton players as well. So quite a number of players in my starting 11 don't have a fixture this week. I haven't activated the wildcard, but I am considering playing it going into Game Week 8. So what I'm going to do today is talk you through the draft that I'm looking at, that I'm considering playing going into this week. So we'll start off in goal, and we've gone with Nick Pope along with Ward of Leicester. I still am 50-50 about whether it's going to be Ward or Iverson. To be honest, I think in a few game weeks time, Iverson might get his shot as Leicester goalkeeper. I do want whoever it is as my backup. Although they've not been good at the start of the season, I don't plan on playing them very much. They do have a nice run of fixtures starting. But Pope is the one that I'm going to go with. Their run of fixtures between now and the World Cup, where we get that new wild card after Game Week 16, is really nice. It's one of the best runs of fixtures that you can ask for. So I do think I'll play Pope almost every week. Defensively as well, Newcastle have been really good. Trippier's been very popular, but Pope as well at 5.1 million is a really nice asset that we can go and buy. Moving into defence, we do have 2 cheap options in here. We've gone with Neco Williams of Nottingham Forest and then Emerson of West Ham as well. Neco Williams is good going forward, playing at right wing back for Nottingham Forest. He's shown with attacking threat, both from sort of set pieces that he takes, but also that open play, assist and goal threat that he does have. Now they're not keeping that many clean sheets, but at 4.1 million, he's in here. You could also go for the likes of Patterson of Everton as well, who could fill this gap as well. We've gone with Emerson on the other hand side as well, playing at left back or left wing back for West Ham. Now there is a very small chance that he gets dropped, but West Ham fans have been very pleased with him and very impressed by his performances so far this season and think he's going to keep his place. At 4 million, he is an absolute bargain at that West Ham side. They have a really nice run of fixtures from Game Week 16-17 onwards. They haven't started the season well, but I do think we'll see a bit of change in form, and I think Emerson of 4 million could be a really good option if they start to keep some clean sheets. There is money in the bank, and if you do decide to invest it, I'd probably do one of these 4 million options up to Fofana of Chelsea. Maybe you strengthen your bench a little bit, but I don't think it really needs it. I would go with both of these. Now the 3 starting defenders, we've gone with Trippier. So a lot of time I'm 50-50 about doubling up in defence, but I have gone with the Newcastle defensive double up of Trippier and Pope as well. They've looked really good since about Christmas last year. They're cheap options as well. I'm not spending 6-7 million on a defensive double up. They have a nice run of fixtures as well, so I do think it's possible. Pope of course has those clean sheets and bonus points, whereas Trippier has that attacking threat that we've already seen so far this season, so I do like that double up. Then we have Reece James in here. Again, I expect him to be a right wing back. We did see him in that position for Chelsea at some points under Tuchel, but then he also played at right centre back quite often. However, since Fofana has joined, I think he'll be at right wing back. I don't know who's going to play on the left hand side, whether it'll be Cucurella or whether it will be Chilwell, so I am just sticking with Reece James on the right hand side. Then finally in defence, we have got João Cancelo. Now some of you will tell me he's overpriced, he's not performing at the 7.1 million that he has now gone up to. Again, I have a 7 million selling price, that's why he's 7 million in this video here. However, I do think he's the most nailed Manchester City defender that we can possibly go and pick at the moment. That centre back spot, Diaz, yes, he looks nailed, but we know Cancelo has a better attacking threat. Walker looks like he's injured, then we don't know who's going to play. Ake could be good, but I just don't think he's completely nailed so far. Into midfield, and the big omission here is there's no Liverpool. So no Liverpool at all in the defence. No Liverpool at all in the midfield. It is a difficult run of fixtures for them. They have not been on form so far this season. Going no Liverpool is a big risk that I am considering doing. We have gone with Kevin De Bruyne over Mo Salah in this wildcard draft. You could also go with Son, but Son, if he was on the form of last year, would be an absolute no-brainer, but he's not shown it so far this season. Richarlison looks good and looks like he wants minutes. Kulusevski looks good, so I'm not that confident on Son. De Bruyne feeding Haaland, his own threat from open play, his set pieces mean that I think he's great value at 12.2 and the premium midfielder that I have gone with. Again, a really nice fixture run. They have Wolves away in game week 8, and we know what he did against Wolves at the end of last season. Again, one of the biggest tools we've ever seen in FPL, so hopefully he can do that again if you do go with this wildcard draft. Next to him in midfield, we do have Martinelli. So although the Arsenal fixtures do get a little bit more difficult, I do still think he's worth buying. Again, that Arsenal fixture didn't get cancelled, although we did expect it to this week. Brentford away is still a good fixture. I think Arsenal do well. We don't have Gabriel Jesus in this wildcard draft after, so you do also want a bit of Arsenal coverage in attack, and I just think Martinelli is such good value. Now, the two midfielders, which I'm sure I can already see the comments, what they're going to say. Again, before we go any further, if you are enjoying the video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But we've gone with Bowen and we've gone with Maddison. I've spoken so much about these two and how good they could be as differentials, how nice their fixture runs are. They've not done it so far this season, particularly Bowen. Bowen is not maybe being quite as focal, but I don't really like any of the other 8 million midfielders. If you want to sell Bowen and go to Kulusevski, go to Luis Diaz, for example, Mount, Saka, if you want to go with one of those instead of going with Bowen, then absolutely fine, but I really would consider both of these in your midfield. And then the other one we've got is Maddison of Leicester. Again, they've not looked good so far this season, but Maddison has actually been a bit of a shining light for them and a bit more consistent than some of those other players. He has been coming back from injury, but the week and a half that he's had off will really help boost him. Plus, Maddison doesn't have any European commitments this season, which is really big when considering there is Champions League fixtures happening so much over the next few weeks. And then finally, we've got Andreas Pereira. Again, those fixtures for Fulham are really, really nice. 4.6 million. He's on set pieces, playing as a number 10. It's an absolute no-brainer for me to go with him. And up front, we've got Tony, we've got Haaland, and we've got Mitrovic. This is the template front line that we've gone with. If you wanted Kane, you could try and get him in for Tony, but you'd have to downgrade potentially Bowen and Maddison both to cheap options as well. Haaland, no explanation needed. Mitrovic, not really an explanation needed. We know how difficult their fixtures have been and they're going to start getting better, and he's scoring goals in difficult fixtures. And when they get better, surely he's only going to continue to score more goals. And then Tony, again, hat-trick hero from the last game week. We actually had any points in game week 6. Going forward, you could go with Isaac. His fixtures are actually probably slightly easier, and we don't have a Newcastle attacker in this team. I'm just slightly concerned about what Wilson will do to the positioning of Isaac going forward as well. So I've gone with Ivan Toney as my third forward. So this is the 15-man squad, but let's have a look at exactly how we'll line up in game week 8. So this is my game week 8 lineup. If you are enjoying the video, again, make sure to subscribe, join the Discord and the league code above if you haven't. Make sure you're engaged in the channel as much as possible. Thank you all so much for your support so far this season as well. It's a 3-4-3 wildcard draft. We've got Pope in goal, then we start Cancelo, Trippier, and then we've got Emerson in there at the moment. Of course, James has no fixture, and then there is a difficult fixture for Nottingham Forest against Fulham. Into midfield, De Bruyne starts, Martinelli, Maddison, Bowen. You could start Pereira instead of Maddison because of those fixture swings that we do have for those two. And then up front, we do have Tony, Haaland, and Mitrovic. This is my game week 8 wildcard draft. As I said, my wildcard is not active at the moment. If I decide to activate it, you will definitely know about it. It will be in the comments, it will be on Twitter, it will be on Discord, it will be in the community section of YouTube as well. So make sure to go and check those after the videos, and I'll probably leave it at the top of the comments in this video as well if I do decide to activate my wildcard. Let me know in the comments, are you activating your wildcard? Would you change anything about this draft as well? Let me know all of it. We're going to try and hit 1,000 likes on this video as well now that we have FPL back for game week 8. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe before you go. I appreciate all the support, and I'll be back again very soon.